2 раза дал ему.
Что, не зоб, что ли?
Где? 2 раза дал. В голову, причем 1 раз.
Стой! 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 Да вы чё, заныкали, что сейчас пойду хуярить попозже.
Миша, хорор,
Ага. Ага. Что, дураки, что ли? А где он? Откуда он по мне стрелял?
Это свой стрелял. Тип-то где, блядь?
Да он где-то должен за толчком, либо дальше просильнул. А, вон он.
Миша, ты в туалет сходил? Ты видел, как хоррор, блядь?
Ага.
Куда опять он делся, блядь?
Смотри.
Сука, сожгу нахуй, блядь. Пиздюк, блядь.
Выходи, сука, зажгу. Как я вчера, помнишь, сожжёг пидора?
Как он еще живой там?
Мы с Валерой вчера жгли Поцков.
Езжайте, типа уехали. Кот, езжайте, типа уехали. Блядь, не тот. Ну пенек, блядь, он в туалете сидит.
Успокой там свою, блядь, чайку, ёбаную.
Ты чё, чайку себе завел?
Да, блядь. Мигель зовут.
Классное имя, мне нравится.
Я машину свою проебал.
Откармливает, потом суп.
Что у него за оружие было, скажи, пожалуйста. Кот. Он специально, что ли, не базарит? Или его пристрелить, как бешеную собаку, блядь?
У меня на кнопке, и мне неудобно.
У меня на кнопке.
И двигаться.
Сделай на ногу, нахуй.
А мне похуй.
Ты ему мизинцем, да? Думал, что это что такое? На ноге.
Блядь, у него коряк, он молчит.
Не, я
Ёпта.
говорю, только я на кнопку не нажимал.
Я глушал.
Вот почему сарафанное радио не работает.
Сидит сам собой. Сам себе орёт. Ой, челик.
Будем врываться как пацаны.
Угу. Зона-то ебет, да?
Блин. На калаш патроны нужны, блин.
Да, вроде, да. Ну,
Что делать? А. чё, а чё? Блять, музыка жесткая, блядь. Так осадка? Блять, что громко-то? Гарп как громко, да, наверное? Уже наполовину убрал. Это наркомания. Ёб твою мать. И что мне тут делать, бля? Чтобы бежать. Не сопротивляйся, ты был избран. Да, я особо не сопротивлялся. Ненавижу виски? Ты чё, дурак, блин?
I wonder why I still take these things. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Закрытое дело. Муж так и не понял, что жена его бросила. Он мне звонил еще несколько недель после завершения расследования. Открыть можно? Ничего, посмотрел, ничего. Получен предмет.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Бля, выключи эту хуйню. Спасибо. Спасибо.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Так, детективное агентство Пирса. Врач может сколько угодно твердить, что лекарства от воспоминания мне больше не нужно, но я знаю, что они вернутся, если я перестану принимать таблетки, наверное. Да не пойду я никуда. Утром я просто проснулся. Несмотря на лечение, снова слышу голоса в своих снах, но теперь они новые незнакомые голоса. Сука. Не пойду я в эту дичь, блядь. Кто там, Валера? Валера, сука, я же сказал. Я играю в хоррор, блядь. Что это такое, блядь? Развитие данного повышает шанс успешного в двери или снова какой-то механизм, даже физическое. Бля, что это такое? Навыки, рассудок. Кошмары. Да хера тут читать надо, да? Предмет зажигалка, старая зажигалка, которая сделал гравировку в памяти. Понятно. Крутить можно ее? F. F посмотреть. Че, она только влево-право, что ли? Ну, понятно. Знания. Она открывается вообще? Повернуть. Понятно. Закрытое дело и не открывается. Не пить, выпить. Не, давай. Да. Бля, нахуй я выпил. Вискарь опять? Ну ладно. Бахнули вискаря. Кто там звонит мне? Что за козел?
I'm listening.
Я слушаю. Вы Эдвард Пирс, частный детектив, работающий на детективное агентство
That's correct.
Да, все верно. Добрый день, мистер Пирс. Я Люси Шер, отдела кадров агентства Шляпы. Я звоню вам, потому что у нас возникла проблема с вашим досье. Пожар уничтожил часть наших документов. Неужели? Простите за беспокойство, но мне придется заново записать, что-то там записать надо. Что за дичь? Распределение каждое очко позволяет выучить какой-то навык. Красноречие, поиск. Расследование. 2 из 5, 3 из 5. Психология, натуры. Это развить это навык, увеличить шанс верно определить дозу лекарства, поставить. Давай. Еще давай. Еще. Ага. Оккультизм. Развитие навыка повышает шанс определить незначительно. Да, давай. Сила. Ну тут все прокачано. Парочку. Давай лучше вот это прокачаем. Поиск. Поиск. Есть контакт. Подтвердить. Да.
What's wrong?
В чем дело? Как вы знаете, мы стараемся тщательно отслеживать успехи наших исполнителей. И мы заметили, что вы стали брать меньше дел. А работы мало? Мистер Пирс, вы не хуже меня знаете, что сейчас работы для детектива больше, чем когда бы то ни было. Вы имеете в виду скучные и интересные дела? А то они помогут вам не лишиться лицензии. Если хотите остаться у нас, докажите, что вы приносите агентству пользу. Мистер Пирс, вы меня слушаете?
I'm coming.
Заходите. Блин, где-то... Сэр, я пришел по совету человека, которого ценю очень высоко. И, признаться, вовсе не ожидал увидеть берлогу горького пьяницы. Вас здесь никто не держит, сэр. Вы знаете, с кем вы говорите? Промышленник и коллекционер предметов. Вас знает весь мир. Вы способны раскрыть дело, или вы просто никчемный пьяница? Должно быть, вы в отчаянии, раз пришли ко мне. Мне никто не верит. Меня называют старым дураком. Сара, моя дорогая девочка, погибла. Даже вы наверняка не слышали. Сара Хокинс. Художница? Да, я ее... Да ее все знают. Полиция обвиняет ее в убийстве семьи. Они все погибли во время пожара. Сара, ее муж и мой внук Саймон.
I can't do anything.
Я ничем не могу
for a woman
помочь
who's
женщине,
already dead.
которая уже
Find
мертва.
out the truth.
Выяснить правду.
They say
Говорят,
she
она
was
была
mad, but I
безумна.
know that's
Но я
a lie.
точно
She would
знаю,
never
что
have
там,
done
блядь,
such a thing.
пиздец.
But if you have no proof,
I've brought all
Proof.
that I have. Look,
Я принес все, что мне удалось
I want you
найти.
to look
Я хочу,
carefully
чтобы вы
at this
внимательно
painting.
посмотрели на эту картину и высказали свое мнение.
Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Это дичь.
what am I supposed to find?
Мнение о чем?
Tell me,
Эту картину
tell me
написал
if this was the
безумец?
work of madness. Or if,
Или
on the
напротив,
contrary, you
вы
managed
видите
to
здесь
detect some
некую
logic,
логику,
a
рациональное
rationality to
зерно,
follow so that I
которое
may
поможет
understand it.
и мне понять
Is that all you
ее.
want
Это
from me?
все, что
Yes,
вам нужно?
please.
Да,
All
будьте
right.
любезны. Хорошо, я
I'll look
взгляну
at
на
the
вашу
picture.
картину.
That's all you've got.
Это все, что
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
В записной книжке перечислены ваши текущие задачи. Чтобы открыть ее, нажмите кнопку. Осмотрите картину. Ну. Осмотрите картину. Россия, понятно. С.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of
Склад на
Hawkins.
острове.
Rather thin.
Транспортная этикетка. Часть текста не разобрать, но кое-что прочитать удается. Склад 36. Полицейский отчет. Тут говорится, что все члены семьи погибли от пожара. Тут говорится, что все члены семьи погибли, а пожар начался в столовой. Полиция заключила, что это был несчастный случай, но при этом в отчете упоминается, что Сара Хокинс была психически неустойчива. Почему? Газетная вырезка. Статья рассказывает о браке Сары Хокинс, девичьи Уэбстер и Чарльза Хокинса, бизнесмена с острова Дарквотер. Они ведут затворническую жизнь на удаленном острове со своим сыном Саймоном. Кого повернуть? Тут повернуть еще можно. А тут что? Ясно. Получена новая улика. Осмотрите картину. А тут можно что еще посмотреть? Мужик, тут можно что еще посмотреть? Так, что тут у нас? А вот тут что? Тут ни хера не. Топ картина, да? Да. О, картина. Расследование.
On the man's chest.
Что это за
This is
символ?
Sarah Hawkins breathed
Кажется,
a
Сара
message.
Хокинс зашифровал какое-то
So,
послание в
Mr.
своей карте.
Pierce,
Итак, мистер
what
Пирс,
do you
что вы
make of
думаете об
these
этом деле?
Elements.
Очень говорить, что-то не так в этой истории. Узнать о складе. Где жила? Дарквотер. Впервые слышу о таком месте. Где это?
Where is that?
It's a small, remote
Это небольшой
island off
остров
the coast
недалеко
of
от
Boston.
Бостона. Сара жила
Sarah
там
lived
с
there with
мужем
her
и
son,
сыном.
her husband.
I suppose you want to ship
Полагаю, вы
me
хотите,
there.
чтобы я отправился туда.
Darkwater holds the
Дарквотер
secret
тает
regarding my
правду о
daughter,
гибели
Mr.
моей
Pierce.
дочери, мистер Пирс. Вы
You
должны
must
раскрыть это.
uncover it.
Вообще-то говорить так,
You
давай.
must tell me.
Вы должны честно сказать мне, верно ли полиция оценила психическое состояние вашей дочери? Нет, у Сары были видения, это всем известно.
She never would have hurt a
Но она
fly.
никогда и мухи
She only
бы не
thought
обидела.
she saw things.
Эти видения
Saw
были...
things.
Блять, мне надо потише сделать звук, что вообще перебивает все нахер. Все тише делаешь, а толку никакого. Давай. Да.
What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant
Можно вот
by
так
that.
делать.
My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Вы должны выяснить правду. Я понял. Узнать расплатилась. На этикетке в адрес отправителя указан некий склад 36. Верно, она была наклеена на последнюю картину. И вы думаете, что отправить картину могла ваша дочь? Это вам и предстоит выяснить. Отправляйтесь на остров Даркоут. Найдите склад 36. Так, ну, не исключено, что ее следует буквально. Мне кажется, ваша дочь пытается вам что-то сказать. Я тоже так считаю. Мне позвонили из полиции и рассказали о смерти дочери 3 месяца назад. А через некоторое время в мой дом оставили эту картину. Совершенно очевидно, что картина связана с этим делом. Вы должны докопаться до истины. Конечно, я докопаюсь, ёпта, это чё? Когда-нибудь. Так, я это узнал о складе, почему? Что-то не так. Расследование профессионал. Ну давай. Ее муж был на острове большой шишкой, но полиция придерживается версии о несчастном случае, хотя и упоминается о неустойчивой психике Сары. Думаю, вы правы, сэр, это дело не так просто, как кажется. Это я и без вас знаю. Я уверен, что это не просто несчастный случай. Ну-ка еще. Ну, верно, она была наклеена. Вы думаете, так, это я уже читал. Найдите склад 36. Почему он синим не загорелся? Ну давай. Думаю, я начинаю что-то понимать. Я сделаю все, чтобы установить честное имя дочери. Успокойтесь, я на вашей стороне. Давайте подведем итоги. Художница погибает вместе со своей семьей во время пожара в доме. Единственная зацепка — таинственная картина. Предостережение, отправленное с острова Даркоута прямо перед ее смертью. Верно. А также слухи о ее предполагаемом безумии, который вы не можете назвать совершенным. Найдите этот склад, узнайте правду о смерти моей единственной дочери Сары, и я щедро вас награжу. Fuck you. Хорошо, я берусь за это дело. Отправляюсь на остров. Расследую смерть вашей дочери. Спасибо, мистер Пирс. От человека в вашем положении я меньшего и не ожидал. И не ждал. Что-то тут нечисто, но выбора у меня нет. Свериться с дневником. Кажется, у меня есть книга про Северную Атлантику. Наверняка там найдется когда-нибудь информация об этом месте. Блять, тут читать охуеешь. Так, Стивен Уэбстер, возраст 63 года. Бизнесмен, богатый бизнесмен, хорошо известный после. Стивен нанял меня, чтобы я расследовал смерть его единственной дочери. Этот человек не способен принять отказ или смириться с неприятной правдой. Он готов на все, чтобы доказать, что его дочь не сошла с ума. Чарльз Хокинс, возраст 41 год, судовладелец. На острове Даркоутер Чарльз Хокинс был знаменитостью. Он вырос в семье судовладельца и много путешествовал. Во время поездки в Париж познакомился с Сарой Хокинс. А, это муж. Да? Это муж? Да. Они полюбили друг друга и поженились. А затем Хокинс забрал ее на удаленный остров Даркоута. У них родился мальчик по имени Саймон. Супруги вели замкнутый образ жизни. Чем они там занимались? Сара Хокинс, у нас какой-то странный у нее. Возраст 33 года, художница. Сара Хокинс, художница, знаменитая своей способностью создавать зловещие образы, своеобразные картины и редкое появление на публике. Снискали ей множество поклонников. Кажется, я припоминаю, как однажды она сказала: я рисую то, что нашептывает мне сны. Несколько лет назад она вышла замуж за Чарльза Хокинска, и этот брак удивил светских колумнистов. Бостонская наследница, огромное состояние, известное среди прочего любовью к вечеринкам, понятно, решает последовать замужем и стать затворницей на острове Даркоутер. Она пропала с первых полос газеты, никто больше о ней ничего не слышал. Даже ее смерть в огне осталась скрыта завесой тайным. И только Стивен Уэбстер и его отец продолжал докопываться до истины. Блять, я охуею это читать, хоть научить читать. Саймон Хокинс, возраст 11 лет, школьник, единственный ребенок Сары, Чарльз Хокинс, погиб во время пожара вместе со своей семьей. Жителей... Так, оккультизм. Искусство Сары Хокинс. Сара Хокинс никого не оставляет равнодушным. Одни считают ее мечтательной художницей, способной обращаться к самым глубинам подсознания, а другие переоцененной выскочкой. Странные картины этой таинственной дамы написаны резкими цветами и дикими мазками. И если она в самом деле видит мир так, то мир Сары Хокинс — это врата в другие измерения. Выдержка из записной книжки Эдварда Пирса, частного детектива. Почитал. Блять, это долго, я буду читать. На этой картине Сара Хокинс изображена чудовищная фигура, нависающая над женщиной с ребенком. На заднем плане можно различить пламя. Стивен Уэбстер, отец художницы, считает, что эта картина имеет отношение к смерти его дочери. Все вроде, да? Отправлять... Так, что-то у меня тут было.
A good old story of blackmail.
Старая добрая история шантажа в подпольном баре. А как я могу раскрыть? Как она раскрывается еще? Повернуть назад, ну все. Все забрал.
Darkwater is off the coast.
Даркоут находится недалеко от бостонского побережья, но я иногда не... Так, пишет, что остров был довольно известен. У меня уже язык болит нахуй. Лучше пуп поиграть. Остров Даркоутер населен там, и на нем до сих пор можно найти множество следов пропавших времен. Ладно, не буду. Это долго читать, пипец. Мне нужно просто добраться до порта. До порта. Надеюсь, там найдется корабль, который доставит меня. Естественно, науки. Блять, столько книг. Научный труд для интернов и молодых врачей. В первом томе перечислены все болезни, известные по тебе. Бля, это пипец. А как можно раскрывать или что? Нельзя? Ладно. Пошли. А, уйти сразу, да. А вот тут что? Когда-то я много читал. Читал, блин. Может ты? Че, бахнуть еще можно? Не, не буду бахать. Пойдем на расследование. Да, идем. Пирс взял дело Хокинса, проклятую художницу, заявляя о том, что он устроил пожар, который убил ее вместе со всей семьей. Единственная великая страшная картина, которую она отправила отцу на транспортной... Так, отцу. На транспортной этикетке был указан адрес склада, расположенного до Докерса. Ну, это понятно. 36-й, я помню. Так, сейчас приду. Что-то мне лень читать. С микрофоном у меня дичь какая-то. Ёпта, это Росомаха, что ли? Мы почти на месте. Это я прочитал.
Stay on board.
Оставайся на борту, если сейчас ребята разгонят. Некогда мне, ёпта, надо искать. Добро пожаловать на остров Даркоутер, мистер Пирс.
Why, thank you, Captain.
Что ж, спасибо, капитан Фицрой.
So, what
Так
wind
что
brought you?
за ветер принес тебя сюда.
Does the Hawkins case mean
Дело
anything to you?
Хокинса о чем-то вам говорит?
A sad
Печальная
story.
история, которую мы все хотим поскорее забыть.
Charles Hawkins may have been a
Сейчас
landlubber,
Хокинс не был
but he was a
моряком,
good
но
man.
он был хорошим человеком.
And his wife.
А его
Сара
жена
Хокинс.
Сара Хокинс,
Nice young
милая
woman
девушка
and a great
и
painter.
великая художница. Какая
You
трагедия.
know what? Go ahead
Знаешь
and
что,
drink of
иди
the
выпей
stranded whale.
кита,
You need is a good
тебе не
pick-me-up.
помешает что-нибудь.
Mitchell may
веселящее.
not be very welcoming, but his bar
Митчелл
is
может
a
быть
surprise for you.
ну,
As for me,
Иди
you find
бухни,
me at
говорит.
the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings
Если
you
что
here,
тебя привела семья
I have
Хокинс,
a
у
pile
меня
of
есть по
documents that should
документам.
interest you. Understood.
Понятно, я пойду с
I'm going for a look around the docks.
Сейчас. Я не знаю, как это называется. Сука. Сейчас, секунду. Писал видео. Официал видео. Официал видео. Блять, ну звук, сука. Почему Ryzen, блять? Там райдер, блять. Ебучий звук, блять. Че, куда мне идти? Блять, чё вы все такие страшные?
Hey, be careful.
Осторожней.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Так, извините, это не я, это парень не перегибай. Чё он? В моем баре нарушителей парень нет.
Yet you served this
Тем не
man.
менее, это
You can't say he's been on his best behavior.
лучшим образом.
He's a regular. It
Он
was you
постоянно
who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner.
Заблуждаешься по поводу.
I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well. Which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I
Надеюсь,
hope
ты
you're
не
less
такой
talkative when you're
болтливый,
drunk.
когда напьешься.
Try me.
Ну, проверь.
We'll see.
Поживем, увидим.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision, was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Блин. Очки опыта.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Treat us like this. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Jacob. Охеревший.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting. Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Стила, бля.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Кто ты, бля? Вась.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo
Они на столе прямо
manifests.
перед
They're on the
тобой.
table next to you. But in
Передо
truth,
мной.
you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Где? А вот.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them. This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Я уже видел.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Это странно. Поговорить с Брэдли, то...
Gentlemen, please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
Have you seen how old this
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that.
What could have done so much damage? What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. Cops, they can't.
There.
Найди скрин на поиск подозреваемого секретаря.
Hello, old friend.
Как знает, окажешь спиртного, что скоро она узнает, кто это был. Все бы слушал.
Somebody's stealing from the bootlegger's stock of liquor.
Как зажигалку.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Как убрать зажигу? Здорово. Ты кто, бля? Ёпты.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Чё, блядь, мы покажем. Другие тут прибыл.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator. He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat. It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here. Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here. So we drink.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly? You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do. St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Ну чё они сделали, что-то? Что он делал такого, что пипец. Поссали.
I have no idea what it says.
Поговорите с Бренди. Бренди, блядь.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us in trouble.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Sure.
You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Damn stupid idiots. Come on, you could tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even. And don't go looking there.
А он охранник сколько? Или полицейский? No.
You could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
What will Kat say when she finds out that it's you who are filching stock?
You've got no proof.
That's true. Apart from this little note from your friend here.
You didn't throw it away?
I couldn't know that someone was gonna force the lock.
What a So, what is it you want?
To get into the Hawkins warehouse.
That's all. Go on, then. And we never want to see your rat snout again.
Как просто? А чё, они вообще ушли?
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Чё?
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Типа она пинала меня и все. Че, блядь? А чё, все? Да, я пройду так. Я понял.
You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Get us in trouble. You can't understand. You're not seeing.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
It's a little late. I've already met Kat.
Well, at least you're still here to talk about it. She must like you.
Something like that.
With that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too long. Leave me alone, please. I don't want trouble.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate. I could...
Чё он сказал? Ручка типа, ну чё, блядь?
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Понял, ручка. Чё, повернуть не могу? Что за дичь? Ручку нашел, например.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Здорово, пацаны.
Nightmares.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he...
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
I'm very serious. A whole family died in a fire. And I've got reason to believe that there's still more to be said on the subject.
Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bullshit. Nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley, I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh, yeah?
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now, please, leave us to our work.
You can't
You didn't tell me that the...
Because it's... And I don't... Now, please...
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. It smells as bad as it looks. These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins death. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do. Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid. Poor kid. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this? The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe, and let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
What now?
This gate is locked. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
Найдите место, где случится пожар. Всегда.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor.
Мальчик сидел тут. А тут кто, жена?
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat.
Сара хоть ничего не ела.
Was it because of the meat or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Ну чё, я не понял. А. Дальше, да? Чё такое? Чё ты?
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
Другой способ.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Что же он искал?
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Здорово. Блокировку. Чтобы войти на место происшествия, нажмите. Ну, я вошел. Час и...
Stop at the time of the fire. Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Whiskey.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did someone escape the fire?
Конченая игра, я ждал большего.
This lamp was
По сравнению с старой даже
was no
бывает.
accident.
Да? Ты хуй. Старую не играл.
This was a fight. Someone fell here.
Да, скучновато какой-то.
A desperate attempt to flee.
Сколько часов? 2 часа назад, нихуя игра.
And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Полиция запорола это раз.
I think that some of your colleagues should turn in their badges. This room is bursting with evidence that seriously contradicts the official inquiry.
Well, of course, Mr. Holmes. Like what?
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Dr. Fuller?
A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on. It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I suspect this lamp caused the fire.
That's what the investigation suggested, too.
But does your report mention the bloodstains? The lamp didn't fall, it was thrown at someone.
For heaven's sakes, no. The report doesn't mention that.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I suspect a crime of passion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Очко опыта. Поиск красноречия. Давай красноречие. А, еще два. Расследование.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor. This door is blocked from the outside. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Да, пока.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
For music? Ooh. Yes, guys.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Книга какая-то. Книжки, хуишки, блядь, дичь, короче, все. Не пугает. Ну да, да. Пока такое все. Сколько можно осматривать, блядь?
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
10 000 лье под водой. Вода включена.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Жалоба.
Locked.
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 Шляпа.
The boys' room.
Комната мальчика. Давай.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Мальчик что-то видел. А почему у нас есть? Что ты нахуй видел? Что темно стало? Шкафчик.
What will her room reveal about her? perfect.
Типа тут ни хера нету, да?
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Слово своей жене.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Locked. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Письмо агента. Чё моргает? А тут чё?
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller. That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent? Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
Кто здесь, сука?
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise.
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. This door is blocked from the outside. This door was closed earlier.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room.
It looks like an old Seaway map.
Маршрут какой-то, блядь. Найти масло. Чё найти?
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed.
33 что-то там. Некоторые места видены. Какие места видены? Нарисованы другие карты. Место не понял. 33, 50, 33N, 53В. 33N. 33. Где я тут искать?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Не понял.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Так, короче. 33.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Где тут N, блядь? Я не вижу N. Короче, дело к ночи. Это хуйня.
Doesn't work. Seems like this came from a log.
Значит, 42 СШ.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
42N. 40. Вот, 33-53. Чего 33-53? Где? Север. Мы его поймали. Это самый страшный, который я видел. Его запомнил как где-нибудь праздновать. 33 север, 53 запад. И чё, бля?
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
33 север.
This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. Damnation. I can't budge these gears. I need a tool. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Где тут 33 север? Ну, скажите, вот как мне его найти?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Три север, где он был, блядь? 33. 30 южа.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. 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 Doesn't work.
Так, короче.
I must have missed something.
Заебал. Сохранял кейс. Вернуться в главную верню. Я думаю, сохранял. Есть все, хоррор не могла. Какая? Хоррор, где там хоррор? Так я только... Спать хочу, блядь. Да. Загрузить выход. Alt-Z.